stepping stone.
We have a small presentation, a very modest presentation in honor of our birthday boy, Gregory Grossman, and we have taken a look at his life over the last 80 years, and we'd like to share with you some of the events. We'd like to highlight to you some of the things that have contributed to who he is. Now, we stress that this is a family production, and so be kind in your feedback. But we've had a good time, and we'd like to show you what we've done. All right.
There's a camera right behind you.
All right, our story begins. Our story opens on the town of Starokonstantinov on the 5th of July, 1921. A son is born to Miron and Raisa Grossman. Little Gregory Grossman is born at dawn.
That's the baby.
Sunrise.
Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset.
My little boy, born at dawn, I will call him Zorya. Zorya means dawn in Russian. He's such a sweet little boy. I know I will have one child only, but one is a prime number. He will have prime importance in his community. If he's lucky, he might even go as far as Kiev in his life. I will see to it that he has a great education.
Yes, that's fair.
And he will learn math. He will be able to do fantastic calculations in his head. He will be a very lucky child.
This boy will go far, Raisa. I see roots and squares in his future. I see professor in his eyes.
Professor! Professor!
Next one.
All right.
Okay, come on.
Narrator.
Come on. Okay, on stage, please.
Daddy, I don't come out.
Is she in the camera?
Okay, I need Polya and Raisa, please. Polya.
Who's Polya?
Oh,
This is
The
kid's Polina.
No, this is Polya?
Yes.
Life is hard in this little town. Life is hard for the whole country. The revolution has offered little hope to these Jews of Starokonstantinov. Raisa's brother Lew, also known as Uncle Lyova, found his way out and is making lots of money in Harbin, China, Manchuria. He has greased a few palms and managed to secure exit visas for his sister's family, and he's invited them to join him in Harbin, where life has a better outlook.
Raisa, your brother Lew has a good life in Harbin. He's making money there. We should accept his invitation to join him.
Oh, I agree, Miron, but it is a long journey. It could take a month, and you know, with little Zorynka. However, I agree, it is best for Zorynka's future.
What? You are leaving? What future do I have on my own? Please take me!
No, we can't. We can't ask that much. We can't take you, Polina.
Please!
No,
take
no,
me.
we can't. We can't.
Please ask.
Okay, I'll ask.
So Raisa asked on behalf of her sister-in-law, and lo and behold, her brother Lew agreed. But the good news came with a price.
Polina, I have good news. We got your visa and you're coming with us. The bad news is you're in charge of little Zorynka. But don't worry, we have a suitcase full of Pampers and baby wipes and Barney baby books. No problem. so everything will be fine, don't worry. What he doesn't know is that suitcase gets stolen in Moscow.
Chairs, 2 chairs.
Stay in character, I'm about to go.
Daddy's in charge of the camera.
Joel.
Yeah.
Oh, Daddy. Video 3.
At last, the Grossman.
Wait. We're missing an actor.
At last, the Grossman family is aboard the train. They had a brief visit first with Raisa's mother in Kiev, which was pleasant, and an extended wait in Moscow over train tickets, not so pleasant. But finally, they're off. It's the dead of winter.
Polya, how is my little Zorynka?
I'm just worried she doesn't have enough clothes.
Not enough clothes.
Something had to be done. Something desperate, something clever.
Excuse me, sir, you don't look like you're using your trouser pockets. Would you mind if I borrow your trouser pocket? Oh, thank you.
Oh, excuse me. Chorus. Michael?
Cut.
Stitch. So.
You take a pair of pockets, don't ever say you can't. You can shove up with a needle and thread, and you got a pair of pants. And when they're up, they're up. And when they're down, they're down. And when they're only halfway up, they're neither up nor down. Yeah.
The days passed. The weeks went on. The month? What a month.
Okay, next up, Kiev.
Yeah, what are you looking at?
Next up, Harbin.
No, that's us.
Tickets, please. Yeah, thank you very much. Wrong sound effect. Thank you. And the temperature on the ground is, well, you don't want to know. Take your chairs off.
Take that.
Joel.
It's a long story. A long year.
In Harbin, the little boy grew up and prospered in this bubbling and bustling melting pot. His parents worked and thrived under the continuing patronage of Uncle Lew. Lew's sugar beet factory produced sugar and profits. A comfortable life, a good education, and holidays at the sea were all part of a little boy's life.
Oh, beautiful for Harbin Street, for ice on the Sugary, for Uncle Lyova sugar beets, which fed our family. Manchuria, we thought of you as home, but in the grander scheme of things, you were just a stepping stone.
But possibly the most enriching moment was the arrival of his cousin Misha, a brother for their boy, to enliven the days with friendship and play, These two boys were practically joined at the hip. English school and German school, Russian and Yiddish spoken at home. The boy learned his lessons, learned his languages, and sharpened his square roots.
Zorynka, Zorynka, I'm trying to make borscht, and you've made all my beads square. What is this square root?
Soon, Misha's parents produced yet another boy to fill the ranks, and our boy had cousin number 2, Lucia, and now there were 3 little boys.
At school are we, sharp and smart as boys can be. Slide rules, square roots are fun for me. 3 little boys at school. Learn to write and spell much faster. Break the rules, it spells disaster. Cane is a tool of the good headmaster. 3 little boys at school. 3 little boys at school.
Miron!
Okay, boys, photo time. Pictures. All right, come on, kids. It's time for your pictures. Come on. Now listen, Gregory, you sit here, okay? Sit here. Cross your legs a bit. Okay. Now, Lucia, okay, boy. Sit here. Okay. Misha, good girl. Good girl, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great shot. Yeah. There it is. Came out beautiful, huh? Perfect. Yeah. Let's have a look. Here, would you like that? Okay, kids, come.
1935, June 1935. Yeah. You'll see it also in the
Are we ready backstage? Are we ready? Not yet. Okay. Are you ready? Thank you.
But with an eye on America and on a world-class university, a better piece of paper was needed than what could be had in Harbin. Tientsin Grammar School in the British concession in Tientsin was the place. Our hero breezed through Tientsin and picked up the degree he'd need.
Gregory, you're a fine young man. You are a fine young man. You've worked so hard and you've studied so hard. You've gotten such a fine education. And now I understand that you've been accepted at the University of California at Berkeley. Go Bears!
Yankee Doodle Man, Yankee Doodle or die. A real life nephew of my Uncle Lew, born on the 5th of July. Got a Yankee Doodle uncle,
Uncle Joseph!
he is waiting there for me. Gregory Grossman went to Berkeley on a Polish passport. Ship sailed through the Golden Gate and landed him at Cal. Go Bear! Go Bears!
And Berkeley was a fruitful move. He arrived and stayed at the International House,
Oh, pancake, get out of here!
and later moved in with his cousin Misha and the Rosenthal brothers. What fun they had. But times changed, and now the world was at war, and Uncle Sam was calling all good men into service. Soon we find our hero in Europe at the front lines. He found himself serving as a scout with his artillery unit, the 731st Regiment A.
Oh my God, he still has it.
For them, he calculated and calibrated and got his bearings, helped them maneuver the guns into position and on target. Once again, his math skills served him well.
Fire! No! 1632, 1874. Little to the left. Fire!
And with this sort of masterly help on the battlefield from our hero, victory in Europe was assured. And victory came. The US government needed good men with skills to stay on and help with the reconstruction of Germany. And Gregory chose to stay on a year and do that. And I don't need to remind you how well Germany has prospered in its post-World War years as a result. Back on Yankee soil with a stint at the State Department in Washington, and after securing a PhD from Harvard, our man was well prepared for the toughest and roughest posting of all. 50 years of teaching at his old alma mater, Berkeley. So with his new wife and his new baby bundled in, he drove across the country from east to west to make his name as professor at that great institution.
Professor! Get out of here.
I would like to say that the rest is history, but even today, on his 80th birthday, history still knocks at his door.
I'll get it. It's for you, Dad.
Oh.
I knew the postman always rang twice, but I didn't know on Sundays.
Special delivery.
Come out.
We were having shadow dinner.
I don't know what it could be.
Photographs down right.
You're being very cold. Very cold.
Me?
Amy, would you use my with me too?
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
It's in French, so I'll have to explain. Yeah, it's recognition. The French government recognized the soldiers in the Allied Army that were engaged in combat in the liberation of Normandy from 1944 to 1945, and it's to you.
So you liberated France?
All right, thank you for sitting through this whole thing. I hope that you all join us in this next tune, and I'm sure you know it.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, and nobody can deny, and nobody can deny, and nobody can deny, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for nobody can deny.
In the grander scheme of things, you were just a stepping stone.
In less than a week, we'll have his own birthday, and he will be in Baltimore. I'm sure that the folks in Baltimore will do him
They'll do it
all
justice.
due justice, but we want to mark that fact too. Okay?
Happy birthday, kid.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, brother.
And I understand that
That's Noah.
I understand that a cousin of mine twice removed, Benjamin, where are you? Right. He also has his birthday this month, right?
Yes.
on the 12th, not too far away. Well, happy birthday to you as well, Benjamin.
Happy birthday.
Benjamin is not leaving Manchuria for America. Benjamin is not leaving Berkeley for the army. He's doing something much, much smarter. He's going to Pomona College. There's one person missing here whom I'd like to mention. That is, of course, Cynthia, my children's mother, and we all know her. She unfortunately had a bad accident in Indonesia. She could not be back here at this time. She is actually in Joe's house in Kuala Lumpur recovering, but I think we should remember her on this occasion.
Yes. Here, here.
I have to go pick up my baby. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, Zorynka, don't take Zorynka's.
Well, otherwise, I won't take much of your time. I want to say that I'm enormously happy that all of you came here on this occasion. I'm very grateful to those who arranged it. I'm also very grateful to those who arranged this fantastic skit. I was chased out of rooms and chased out of the house too many times not to understand that something is going on. But I certainly didn't realize that anything as fabulous was going on.
Thank you.
So let me thank you all. Let me also say that I feel a great debt, as it were, to fate, because all my life, particularly this whole span of life, I've been very, very lucky. Just with Misha and I were talking, and I mentioned that people of my demographic characteristics and origin probably have had not more than a fraction of 1% chance of being still alive today. That is, if they stayed in the old country with everything that happened there and with everything else. So I've been fortunate in so many other respects as well, and I'm very, very cognizant of this fortune. Well, how does it feel to be 60? What? No, 80. Sorry. How does it feel to be 80? I don't know. Give me another 5 years and I'll tell you.
Maybe another 3 days.
Let me say that this young man, who has not been quite attached at the hip to me, but pretty close, will be turning 80 in not too many weeks from now. And all the best to you.
You'll have to tell me all about it.
Okay.
All right.
So now sing it, be merry.
Okay.
Happy birthday!
I think that there is something a little more, but I'll go in and make sure that it's all ready, and then we will really celebrate again.
Misha.
You
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gregory. Happy birthday to you. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. Yes! Which nobody can deny.
Oh my God.
We'll let him do it in sequence. That's right.
Hello, everyone.
You're missing the candles.
I should have clapped it
You wish anything good?
Good. Yes, what do you wish for?
I wish.
Blues Brothers.
No, shoot the champagne.
It's a secret wish, but all of you would approve of it.
Oh, very good.
You have to lift it up.
Lift it up. Yeah.
Utility observer, but he is an observer, and he's continued this observation duty before he joined the army and after he left the army, because he was the first to observe what Harbin is like 5 years before I got there and gave me the word. And he was the first to observe what Berkeley is like 2 years before I got there and gave me the word. He observed what it's like to be 65 and 70. And in 3 days he'll observe what it's like to be 80, and he'll give me a word about that too. But the thing I'm waiting for is Greg's word on what it's like to be 102. And Danny will explain the meaning of 102. Here's to Greg.
All right, here. So, I have it on inside information that your Hebrew name is Tzvi. Is that accurate information?
That's accurate.
Good. So, in thinking about how to celebrate Greg, you've already heard that he's a man that does things by the numbers. So I thought we'll do it by the numbers, and we'll work with a little numerology. Unfortunately, in Hebrew, in Judaism, there's a very rich tradition for evaluating numbers. The fact is that the word Tzvi, the name Tzvi, translates to 102. You evaluate the tzaddik for the first letter of Tzvi is 90, the yud is 10, and the bet is 2. So 102.
What is bet in Tzvi?
Tzvi, second one.
Yeah.
Right? Nice try. You're not knocking me off track that easily. All right. So we thought about, of course, there's lots of drash about, well, why 102? What could that possibly mean? And it could be that really we're not meant to celebrate 80 because this man, we're meant to celebrate 102. So we will look forward to coming back for 102.
You're welcome.
It could also be that the century that began when you were born, since that time, we're entering the 102nd year of that century. So there may be something in these numbers. We're entering the year 2002. Wow. 102 years after the beginning of the Heavy! Greg's not buying any of it. All right. I'm going to switch to some different numbers then, because I think these are the numbers that really mean something in the context of Greg's life, and we've certainly heard a little bit about this. This is the top 10 for Greg Grossman. All right. Number 10. 10 numbers the number of University of California campuses. If you include UCSF, and it would be a shanda, a real shame, not to include UCSF. Right, when his cousin is sitting right here. So we've got 10 campuses of the University of California. 9 numbers the number of cousins once removed that where's Ben? I'm looking for Ben. I'm looking for Jonah. Anyway, all that there is Ben. So Ben is the leader of that rat pack of 9. So that is 9. That is the number 9. 8, and this is loosely defined and not including transitional leaders. The number of leaders in Russia since the beginning of the last century. Don't start counting. Just keep listening. 7 is the total number of roommates that gathered at 2535, 2565. If you add them all, 2535. So you can add up the Rosenthal brothers and a few other. But in their full strength, they were 7. 6 is easy. That's the number of grandkids that Greg has. 5 is a plug, and Greg knows about plugs because when you do mathematical equations, sometimes you just need a plug. And 5. In the Jewish tradition, of course, always has to be the 5 books of Moses. I couldn't think of anything, so it's the 5 books of Moses. Whatever. You can take it or leave it. 4 is the number of kid-in-laws. I didn't know quite how to define this, but both Deborah and Giorgio, and then cousin-in-laws, Verl and Myra. So 4 is that number of your in-laws, very bizarrely defined. Scraping. I was scraping. Scraping.
3 is the number of countries of residence that Greg has lived in. 2, of course, is very easy. 2 is his beloved children, Joel and Amy, who unfortunately is picking up one of those 6 grandchildren. And 1 is none other than your dearly loving wife and life partner, Joan.
Yeah.
So those are the top 10.
Here.
But I thought you might carry on to 0. What is 0?
That's for someone else.
No more heartaches.
Yeah, no more heartaches. Absolutely. Only joy. Congratulations.
Well, I'll have to figure it out.